Hi, thanks so much for joining me. I'm Danny from The Glittered Rose. You can find me under that name on Instagram and also over on Etsy. I'm excited to announce that I'm running my very first competition for my channel that's open to every subscriber in my channel. The lucky winner will be able to choose between two different size art journals. You'll get the choice between a 6x6 journal or a 6x4.5 inch. They're handmade with a black chipboard cover, a coil bound with heavy. It will probably be a 200 GSM mixed media paper. These ones have watercolor paper, but I think I'll move over to a lovely heavy mixed media paper. You'll also get the choice of whether or not you want your pages to be removable. The square, these two are mine, but I haven't made the square journal pages removable, but the rectangle ones are, and I think I prefer them removable. But the winner will get the choice. The winner will also get the choice of what color coil, what color binding they want. So when I say removable pages, I'll just show you. So you just gently pull out the pages. Sometimes it's a bit easier just to pinch the wires together so that they come together. I think I'm going to make my square one removable. I'll snip the pages of my square art journal so that I can do the same with that. And then the pages just go back in easily. So if you'd like a chance to win a handmade art journal, be sure to stick around. I'll let you know later in the video how you can go about winning one of these. So be sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, leave me a comment, and be sure to keep watching. We're going to put together this gorgeous spread. I just think it's so dreamy. So if this is of any interest, stick around. I just love it. All right, let's get into it. I think these images are way too big for these size pages, so I'm going to print off smaller images. I'll be back. Okay, so I've reduced the images to 80%, and I think maybe it's too small. Let's just go with it. Let's just make a really pretty background and see how we go. So in my last video, I asked which images to use and the stag one. So we're definitely going to use the stag, and I think we might go the image on the left as well. And I think that they go nicely together. There's a sort of a dreamy look to them. And I'm going to pop some better press tape down the center just to just to make sure that I don't put paper over those holes. I mean, I could repunch them, but I think in the long run it would be easy just to tape them down. I'm going to collage some paper in the background, so I'll tape them down. If you don't have better press, just any sort of light tape, so washi tape or something, just something that will pull off um, without pulling off the paper. I'm just tearing up some book pages here and gluing them down willy-nilly with some collage medium. I'm not being too careful where I'm gluing them down. I'm just putting them down just so that when it's all completed, um, it'll just have some of that extra texture and interest in the background. Usually does show through some words and some color through all the different layers. This is the first time I've worked with the binding, the coil binding, so I'm just working out where things need to go with that, with the squares. Straight up, I can tell that the paper is reacting very differently to the paper that I'm used to in the different art journals that I'm used to, which is nice. It's laying a lot flatter. So I think I'm gonna love being able to use the paper that I like. While you can't print gold from a home printer, these images certainly have a gold look about them. So I'm following that through with some gold foiled scrapbook paper. I love this paper. It's like a gold foiled aged paper. It's by American Crafts. I'd never seen anything like it before. So I'm just following that through and popping that in my background paper. I'm just being random. I'm just not, you don't want it to be all even and perfect. Sometimes when I'm doing this sort of thing, sentences grab my eye, and I do wonder what this book was about. Looks like it could have been quite interesting. I don't want a lot of color in the background. I really want these images to pop. So I'm I'm sort of thinking about it now, and well, the images look like they're black. I think they're sort of more of a midnight blue in the background. So I'm gonna go through my scrapbook paper stash now and have a look what I can follow that through with. Okay, so I found some great midnight sort of blue paper with dots, and it's lovely sort of aged dots. I thought that this was nice. I've grabbed out, oh, I sealed it all with some um, of my, sorry, I'm not 100% still. So I've sealed it all with collage medium, and now I've just got my gesso and I'm pushing it all to the back. Um, I'll take off that tape now. I don't want to keep that tape cream. I want to be able to get some of that color on there as well. So I want to keep some of that sparkle. I just want to blend everything now. If you're not new to my channel, you've seen me do this. This is what I do a lot. Just blends everything and sort of softens the focus. Colors are looking pretty good. I'm happy with that so far. Okay, I'm going to dry it all off. Okay, so I've got a plastic circle stencil and I've just got my Stabilo all, and I need to be not so lazy and grab out my sharpener and sharpen this pencil. And I've just got varying circles and I'm just going around with it and just making random circles just in different spots, just like that. And now I'm just going to grab a wet brush and wet them. Just for a bit of interest and different texture. They don't have to be perfect and they don't need to look the same. That looks pretty good. Color in some of the others. There is a thought pattern behind all these circles. So these images have a lot of circles in them. So I'm following it through in my background. So I've grabbed out my circle, another circle stencil, um, and I'm going to use some stencil paste. I mean, some texture paste. So I'm using black sparkle, and yes, it is black. I'm not sure where they get the sparkle from. I can't really see a sparkle in it, but it is nice and black. So, um, yeah, it is black that way, but Um, it does take a little while to dry, so it can be a little bit annoying that way, but I do want to try it for another reason. So I thought I'd use this one for that reason. So I'm just popping on a bit of texture, different size circles, just random again. I much prefer, um, a spread that doesn't look perfect. I like a messy spread, a little bit grungy is probably more me than not. I know you panic when you're ripping up paper and it's going through its uglies and you think, gosh, it's never going to look good. You've just got to push through it, trust the process. I know I say it all the time, but it usually does come good. Already starting to come good. It's just when you start to layer up those layers, build up those layers and have a bit of faith. That's looking pretty good. All right, so I've grabbed down some Finnabair mica powders and I'm just sprinkling that on. Doesn't have the best sprinkle on it, so it's just put it down really heavy. Um, let's see what we can do. We might just tap it off and it's gone down in thick chunks. See if we can just tap it off. I've grabbed down my soft, thick powder brush and now I'm just giving that a dust off. Just a really light dust because that texture paste is still wet and that seems to be working really well. It's soft enough not to interrupt the texture paste, but it's enough just to move the dust. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that looks gorgeous. It's funny, I was at the art shop and I was just looking at perfect pearls and I like, no, I don't need them. But you know what? I might need to go back now. I've got a use for them. All right, let's let that texture paste dry and then we'll be back. Something that I do miss in my regular art journals is not being able to use sprays because I would make just such a mess. trying to dip an art journal into, a puddle. So being able to pull out the page and dip it in like I am here is a benefit. So I had to do it for this spread. So I've grabbed out blue jeans and stormy sky, and I'm just dipping with a bit of water and layering. Sometimes I'll dry between layers and just getting lots of grungy layers. Antique linen is going to be the perfect match here. I've just got to try and get it not to mix too much with that blue. Otherwise, we're going to get a bit of a green mix. So I just want to try and get it on there and not let it reactivate all the other colors. So getting it on there and let it dry. Yeah, just a little bit of that color, just to get the idea without turning it green. Sometimes you just got to sort of pick where you want that color to go. All right, that's looking good. I'm going to dry it off and I'll be back with the next bit. So I think the backgrounds are really interesting, but the images do get really lost. So I've cut out some black cardboard to match those images on, and I'm going to glue those down. Just while I'm gluing it down, look at that texture paste. Oh, my hand's sort of covering it up now, but the texture paste at the left of my hand, um, where the mica went on it, it's gotten such a cool effect. I just love it. I've just had a thought. Maybe after all, after printing smaller images, maybe I will go the larger images because the background is just so busy. Like, I love the background, but there's so much to it. Mm. You know what? I'm going to go the larger images. I think I like it more. After having to print those images again, I could cut the whole having to print the smaller images and everything, but I don't know. We're all human, we all make mistakes, and sometimes I think it's good to show the whoopsie daisies, and we all learn from each other's mistakes. I don't think this busy background is a mistake per se. I think it's really interesting, but I just think it's too much for small images. And honestly, I don't think I'd change the background because I really like it. I just think it needed something bolder, like the bigger images. And the images are just so beautiful anyway. It's nice to be able to see all the detail in them. they really are mystical and magical anyway. These pages do need framing, so I'm going to grab some crayons out. But first, I'm going to grab out my glitter duster, and I'm just going to try aiming it from the base. So I really want sort of a heavier dusting from the base coming up. And I find this sort of really difficult to show on camera. You can, I hope you can see it a little bit. I don't so much want this from the bottom, I just sort of want this around her. It looks like she's sort of got a dress that's sort of coming up around her, sweeping up around her, so sort of the glitter around that. So in my glitter duster, I've got rock candy. Thanks for holding on, guys. Soon I'll let you know how you can go into the entry to win an art journal. Alrighty, and just for the final bit, I'm just going around the edges with a distress crayon just to frame it and just to bring your eye into the center. Finished. Have a look at it as I let you know how you can go into the entry to win one. And here we are all finished. I love it. Even though the background is so busy, I think it's just such a stunning spread. I love it. The images are gorgeous. They're my own, in case you were wondering. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. All right. So if you want to go into the draw to win one of your own blank handmade art journals, you need to um, join my Facebook group, The Glittered Roses. There'll be a entry form where you let me know which one you wanted you'd like, if you'd like the square or the rectangle, and choose what color binding you want, and if you'd like the pages removable or not. And let me know if you're a subscriber. Um, the Glittered Roses is a fantastic group of, I think, well, paper artists. I think mostly mixed media artists at the moment. And we would love to have you with us. We have monthly challenges. This month is birds. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what people create for birds. I think that's a great challenge for December. Can't wait to see what we come up with. I really can't wait to see what people sorry, can't wait to see who enters to win a little journal. And entries will close 16th of December, and I'll get it out shortly after that. I'll have to create it and pop it in the post, but like I said, it's open to everyone throughout the world, and I might pop in a couple of other goodies. And yeah, let me know down below if you're going to enter. Um, Thanks for watching till the end, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I would really appreciate it if you only enter if you're interested in my channel, and only join the Glittered Roses if you're interested in being a member. All right, thanks guys. Till next time. Bye for now.